Okay, so I have my photo open here. You might be pulling yours in off of your Google Drive, or you might be opening it somewhere else. But you'll just, once you have it open, all you have to do is drag it over to your vertical panel project and let go. And as you can see, mine's a lot bigger than my canvas. So I'm going to come up to Transform Controls, and then holding down my Shift so I keep my proportions correct, I'm just going to bring my photo down a little bit so that it fits into that box. Then I'll go ahead and hit OK. All right, so now I want to get my photo to be into this little box. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to come up here to that layer, and I'm going to right mouse click, and my little choices come up. I'm going to hit where it says clipping mask and hit a clipping mask. And so now you'll see what happens is on the layer palette, I get the little checkered box around my checkered line around my thumbnail, and then I get this little arrow pointing down to the layer right under it. So what it's doing is it's telling whatever's on this layer that it has to adhere to this layer. And because there's that little box is the only thing on that layer, my photo now is in that box. Whoops. No, I don't want to move that. So now if I come back to this layer and move my panel, as you can see, my photo moves wherever the panel is. And that's pretty much it. I think I need to make my panel a little bit bigger. I think I made it a little small. Okay, so then that's it. So now I'm going to take and select those two layers, holding down my Shift. I have them both selected. And then I'm going to simply come up, or actually I can do it right here. If I do, have them both selected, and I can simply do the shortcut of Control G, and then now that's grouped them into a folder. And then I'm just going to name that Panel 1. Now I'm going to make a copy of this folder simply by having it selected and going to my Control J. And now you'll see I have a copy of that panel. And I'm going to name this one Panel, actually I'm just going to put number 2 on that one. Okay, Panel 2. Now I'm going to open this folder, and I'm going to come down to my layer that has the panel on it, and I'm going to come over here and move it over. Now you'll see that I have the first one over there, my photo staying still, and now I can go in and move that panel around and start kind of arranging the stacks of panels of my photo. And I will just keep continuing to do that. So now I'll come onto that group, Control J to make another copy. I'll go ahead and call that 3. Open up that folder, come down to that layer that has the panel, move that over, and so forth. And just keep doing that until I have the composition that I want. And I can always go back and forth if I want to move a panel over into that folder. Just make sure that you're on the panel layer and not on the photo layer, because if you're on the photo layer, you're going to move that photo and you're going to mess up your whole composition. So don't move make sure you're always on the panel layer. And that is how you make a vertical panel, tricks of the trade.